with crypto. What is your strategy? What are you doing that's wrong? And how can you improve so that you could play a better game? Because this is like a game of chess. If you want to become Bobby Fischer and start, dominating the world like in his day with chess, then you've got to really understand the game, and you got to understand the participants and be able to understand how they're playing and how you can play a better game.
So it's like, don't hate the game. Reflect as yourself as the player and see what you could be doing better instead of blaming the market, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Don't focus on the other players. Just focus on your game. What is your strategy? What do you want to get out of life? What is your financial goals? And how can you get there in the most efficient way with the most efficient amount of capital without ruining relationships and destroying your mental health?
So I think the answer is get rich fast. I thought HEX token was going to do that. And I'm not trying to be cold. I'm not making fun of anyone for buying high and wanting to sell low, nothing like that. For me, I've been following Richard since 2017. I would, HEX, all projects day one, all that stuff. I just don't think in these short, I can count on a handful of times that I've been like emotionally shaken in any way about the price of any Richard Heart product or launch or anything like that. It's been a few times, and it's mostly maybe, around times that, it would be nice to have some liquidity or, around this time or something like that. It's always been about that. So is it just, you just think most people are in it for the short-term gains, or they bought so high and they just feel bad and they just don't know what to do?
Unfortunately, that's the case. They're like, where's my Lambo? How come I didn't win Lambo, win Moon, right? It's all about that. Good evening. They might talk about delayed gratification. Let's see if I can outperform 15 minutes.
He's going to outperform, folks. My money's on Gunther.
Let's we can't just talk about delayed gratification. We actually have to put it in motion. And the way that we put it in motion is we actually have skin in the game for 10 years and 15 years. Now there's some other plays that you could do. You could maybe put a little bit of money into other things and see how that performs. And maybe that could give you some liquidity in the short term, especially if you're like struggling. Like if you have plans, let's say right now the HEX price chart, let's come on guys, let's face it, it's getting murdered, right? But it'll recover over time. It's going to take some time. Give it some time. But in the meantime,
I'm so emotionless when I see the HEX chart. I'm just like, if it goes lower, this sounds like a good buying opportunity. Again, it's not, because fortunately, I'm not in a position where I need money and things like that. Knock on wood, everything is fine. So I'm staked, all that stuff.
Nice.
I'm emotionless when I look at the chart. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Well, if it goes much lower, I should buy some more. That's what I think.
No, it's good. It's really it's a really smart mindset. I have a feeling that you'll probably do really well in crypto, because you need to have, I think for people to do really well, they always talk about, like you guys all just got lucky, and sure, many of us might have gotten lucky, but I think you have to have a certain set of characteristics built into you in order for you to generate a lot of wealth and to be able to protect and sustain that wealth over time. So you have to have certain qualities and characteristics that you need to develop. You need to learn how to save. You need to learn how to delay gratification. You need to learn discipline. You need to learn that maybe for us, buying Rolex is not the best play. Leave that for multi-billionaires, right? They can actually afford it, where they're selling maybe maybe selling like 0.0000000 of 1% of their position to buy some fancy things or whatever. You just have to have the right positive mindset. I see also a lot of people, they're so pessimistic, and so their mindset is negative that what they actually manifest in this world is bad results, because they think negatively, therefore they make poor decisions because they're more like negative and not like optimistic. Yeah. And then that just leads to like negative results. If you want to do well in life, and from my perspective and my experience, and I don't have all the answers, I'm just another pleb trying to make it in this world. I think you really have to have like a very positive, bullish mindset and have clear goals that you're trying to achieve. And then I think you'll start to make decisions that just eventually lead to you becoming successful in whatever you're trying to do, whatever that is. We're not just talking about money, but anything in life.
Well, I wanted to touch on luck too, because I think that's very important. That annoys me just about more than anything else. If you're in a conversation with someone, and if you're successful or whatever, you're talking about things, or you're talking about rich people. People love to hate rich people for some reason. That's this other thing. But they just always say, "Oh, they must have got lucky. They must have got lucky." You make your own luck. Like, you make your own luck. All these rich people, they didn't just get, some of them, of course, inherited wealth and all this stuff, but most of them, they work they don't, nobody, when you talked about, you got to have a certain mindset in crypto, people who say, oh, they got lucky because they got rich in crypto, they don't see all the days of you debating whether to emergency and stake. They don't see all the days where you're stressed out looking at the chart, or you're like, I don't know if is this really going to work out? Richard knows what he's doing. Like, they don't see all those days that you have endured and you have diamond your hands up. Your hands are shining so hard, and sometimes they fade a little bit, and they don't see that emotional, like all that work that goes into it, not just physical work, but mental work that you talked about. And that's when people say, oh, they got lucky. I'm like, God, I just want to, you don't get it, do you? It's not about luck. It's like 10% luck, 90% hard work. And the harder you work, the more luck you're going to have.
No, I agree. It's solid points, man. The thing